You know, sometimes after sessions, I have these like beautiful aha moments. And I wanted to actually share one with you all today. Uh, Yesterday, I had a session with a couple that had a beautiful moment where they were moving through trust, and they were having a moment where they recognized that their ability to love one another was best rooted in their ability to love themselves first. That how they showed up for themselves, how they cared for themselves, took space, held boundaries, communicated their needs, did what felt aligned and good for them. They were actually positioning themselves to support and care for their loved one, for their partner, even though they didn't necessarily consciously know how to do it. Their partner was going through something, and yet it was in their caring for themselves and pouring into themselves, communicating their needs and doing what felt aligned that actually was aligning them to show up how their partner was needing. And it was an interesting dynamic because beforehand, there would have been a lot of self abandoning and self sacrificing. And that is something that I wanted to talk about today is how much self sacrificing and this sacrificial love many times is the very thing that's undermining creating the relationships that we're desiring. And it happens in many different respects that I want to go through. One of the first things that sacrificial love does is you become an active participant in accelerating depleting yourself. That you are actively depleting and emptying your cup of energy, of care, of love, of an abundance of desire to hold space, an ability to really be present. You are actively pouring out that cup instead of filling it. And what that does is it leaves you with less and less and less to give. You see, many times, a lot of us grew up in this Western Christianized space where we have this like Jesus archetype idea, right? And I'll call it an idea because it's an interpretation, right? It wasn't a play by play. It was these books are written 60, 70, 100 plus years after his life. And so, in this interpretation, we have constructed this sacrificial lamb who is allowing harm to happen to himself, is willingly undergoing trauma and violence and a lack of support, all so he can accomplish this mission. And I think what that interpretation has done is it has infused a lot of us to believe that this idea of love means that I must remove myself from this space of relationship. That for me to show up and show care to the best of my abilities, I cannot consider myself. But in the realm of mental health, in the realm of understanding relationships, this is actually one of the greatest impediments to actually showing up in love and care and serving those that we care about the most. You see, when you are actively pouring into your cup, when you are actively caring for yourself, when you are an active participant in loving on yourself, you're ensuring that you are having a lifestyle and a practice that is in an ongoing manner filling this this cup of energy and care and bandwidth to hold space, to listen, to be present. And so when you're called upon, when someone is asking that of you, you have an abundance to give because your lifestyle is filling that cup. And so one of the first kind of misnomers is that by me self sacrificing, by me living in this sacrificial love, that somehow I am doing those around me a service, a good. I'm helping them. Many times, how it ends up coming across or coming out actually in being controlling, sometimes codependency. I need you to be good so I can feel good because I don't really have a lot to give right now in the first place. It could become, we could be short, sometimes not come across as caring as we might desire because we're actually ignoring the need to fill our own cup up and now we have less to give. Many times we can operate in caring for others really in a form of manipulation that somehow, as I fix you, as I give this energy that I'm needing to you, then somehow you now owe me. And now I anticipate receiving what I need from you. Because look at all that I've given and all that I've done. Many times, the individual, however, isn't even asking for those things. They're not even requesting for you to show up in the ways that we do every single day. It's funny, I had a conversation with these parents, and we were talking about how many times as parents we normalize giving our kids all these gifts, all these material things, and this lifestyle that costs us hours of work, overtime, stress, anxiety, depression, feeling depleted and checked out, staying up late and ruminations, and we can't sleep at night, and all these different things because we think we have to upkeep a lifestyle that we taught to our children and then demand of them that they're understanding of why we're so tired and we can't spend time with them. You see, when we sacrifice ourselves in an attempt to love others, what we do is we actually create a space in which we are not able to receive the level of connection that feels like love because it's not starting with love. It's starting with a scarcity that requires that I cut myself out of this connection. And love is not nothing but a space of connection. If we are not connected to ourselves, we cannot show up in love. Love is rooted in connection. If I have to sacrifice me to love you, then what am I now expecting of you if not for you to sacrifice you for me to feel loved by you? And this many times also breeds a deep distrust in even the love that each other is trying to give because we see what's then being asked and demanded on the back end. That doesn't feel like connection. That doesn't feel good. And so this becomes imperative within relationships that we begin to reconstruct how we show up. That when I start with self love and I show up with an overflow and abundance of love that I'm pouring into myself on a daily basis, now it's far easier to be present. It's far easier to hold space. It's far easier to allow you to have your experience without the need to fix and control it. And I can just sit there and be present with you. And I can wait for or invite you to ask me what you're needing. And I can show up and care and support because I'm not cutting my legs out to help you and then expecting you to cut your legs out to help me. In fact, my partner now knows when I do come to them, I'm coming to them whole, I'm coming to them full. And I can give, and they can trust that whatever I do give, I have to give, that it's not harming me further. And many times, this is why people don't share what they're going through in a relationship because they see the cost. They see that you don't care for yourself already and you're depleted and you're exhausted. And if you're always depleted and exhausted, why would I want to deplete you and exhaust you further with what I'm carrying? And this many times becomes the catalyst for feeling that disconnect, feeling that loneliness and isolation in the relationship, where I'm constantly self sacrificing. I'm constantly in this sacrifice of love for you, while also feeling simultaneously disconnected from you and unable to receive love back. I could go further, but I would say this. A question that I would have you to ask yourself is, in what ways are you actively filling your cup every day to show up how you are desiring in a relationship? In what ways are you actively filling your cup to show up how you are desiring in a relationship? I hope this helps a little bit. I didn't want this video to be too long. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and we'll definitely converse there as well. Definitely like, subscribe, share this video with those that you think it could help. And look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care.